Party General Secretary, State President Tô Lâm arrives in Guangzhou, starting China visit.
Russia vows harsh response if Ukraine attacks Kursk nuclear plant.
Vinh city in remembrance of historic autumn days.
Hello everyone, you're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Tan. Let's get started. On August 18, Vietnamese Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm, along with his wife and a high-level delegation arrived in Guangzhou, China for a three-day state visit. The visit to Guangdong province were made at the invitation of Chinese Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping and his spouse.
Guangdong Province Governor Wang Weijun, Guangzhou Mayor Sun Ziyang, Chinese Ambassador to Vietnam Hung Ba and other Chinese officials greeted the Vietnamese leader and his wife, along with Vietnam high-level delegation at Baiyun International Airport in Guangzhou, Guangdong Province, China. While in Guangzhou, General Secretary and State President Lam and his delegation paid floral tribute to Vietnamese martyr Pham Hon Hoa at his grave in the Hoang Hoa Gang Memorial Park, and visit the relic site of the headquarters of the Vietnamese Revolutionary Youth League. During his China visit, party chief and State President Lam is set to hold talks with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. The visit underscores the Vietnamese party and state's commitment to prioritizing the relationship with China, aiming to strengthen bilateral ties and open up new opportunities for cooperation. Over the years, especially since establishing a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2008, the relationship between Vietnam and China has flourished across various fields.
The Russian Ministry of Defense warned that the Russian military could respond quickly if Ukraine attacks the Kursk nuclear power plant. The facility is located near the front line following Kiev's cross-border incursion into Russia.
In a statement, Russian Ministry of Defense said it was taking very seriously reports of Kiev's plans to attack the Kursk nuclear power plant, located about 90 kilometers from the Ukraine-Russia border, which has become the scene of fierce fighting in recent days. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, if Kiev carries out plans to create a catastrophe that would infer the radioactive contamination of vast territories, tough military and military technical countermeasures will be taken immediately. Even though the Russian Ministry of Defense did not give details of a possible retaliation, it noted that Kiev's preparations for an attack on the Kursk plant, which Moscow claims are backed by the West, would contradict a UN resolution on combating nuclear terrorism.
Thailand's controversial former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra has been granted a royal pardon just one day after his daughter became the country's new premier.
Former Prime Minister, 75-year-old billionaire Thaksin Shinawatra is one of thousands granted amnesty by King Maha Vajiralongkorn in a gesture of clemency to mark his birthday. Former Prime Minister Thaksin was jailed for 8 years on graft and abuse of power charges dating back to his time in power when he returned to the kingdom almost a year ago after 15 years of self-exile. However, his sentence was cut to 1 year by the king and he was later released on parole because of his age and poor health. The amnesty was announced in the official Royal Gazette, and Thaksin's lawyer Winyat Chatmontri said that the two-time premier benefited from amnesty.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Deputy Prime Minister Le Than Long has just signed a decision on the pilot project to build a smart border gate at the dedicated freight transport route of the Hue Gi, Vietnam, Hue Yi Quan, China International Border Gate pair. The project aims to help Lang Son soon become one of the centers, hubs for import-export, trade, services, tourism and key border gate economic in the northeast region at the same time. It is an important gateway for commodity trade of ASEAN countries with the Chinese market and other countries. To build Hue Gi International Border Gate to become a model border gate, the most advanced road border gate in ASEAN based on high-tech applications.
The Generative AI Summit 2024, themed Uncharted Frontiers, took place on August 18, 2024, at the Sheraton Grand Hotel in Ho Chi Minh City. This is the first time the conference has been held in Vietnam. The Generative AI Summit 2024 has been held for the first time in Vietnam by New Turing Institute, NTI, and Rethink Healthcare Foundation, RHF. The summit is an international event with over 1,000 attendees, including top leading AI experts and pioneering AI researchers around the world. The Generative AI Summit 2024 will focus on three main topics: foundational models of GenAI, practical applications of GenAI, and opportunities for Vietnam.
After more than 10 years of implementing the National Target Program on New Rural Development, Dien Châu District, Nghệ An Province has witnessed spectacular development. Infrastructure has been invested and upgraded to meet the living and production needs of the people. 100% of communes meet new rural standards. Dien Châu town meets civilized urban standards. The per capita income increased more than 4.2 times compared to 2010. The poverty rate decreased 6 times compared to 2010. With these achievements, in February 2024, the party committee, local authorities and people of Dien Châu district were honored to receive the Prime Minister's decision on recognition of districts meeting new rural standards.
"79 years ago, under the leadership of the party and alcohol, the people of Vinh City were filled with revolutionary spirit as they rose up to win the August Revolution in 1945. The victory in Vinh City inspired revolutionary movements in other parts of the province, marking a pivotal turning point and a brilliant milestone in the history of the Vietnamese nation.
Before the August Revolution of 1945, Vinh Town was a political, military, industrial and commercial center. After the Japanese coup against the French on March 9, 1945, Vinh was occupied by thousands of Japanese troops. In August 1945, the party's Central Committee, Viet Minh Organization and President Ho Chi Minh issued a directive to immediately establish uprising committees in each locality to seize power. On the morning of August 21, 1945, the people in Vinh Town and the suburban villages armed with sticks, swords, spears, guns and raised high the red flag with yellow star. They gathered at Vinh Town Stadium. There, Mr. Chu Van Bian, member of the Viet Minh Mobilization Committee of Nghệ An Province, issued the order for the uprising.
At around 12 noon on August 21, 1945, the people of Vinh Town marched to the governor's palace. As the seething atmosphere, Japanese General Oada had to accept all the demands of the Viet Minh.
During that time, the insurgent forces surrounded and occupied the offices of the pro-Japanese puppet government in Vinh. The Provisional Revolutionary Government of Nghệ An Province, chaired by Mr. Le Viet Luong, declared the abolition of the feudal colonial government and the establishment of a revolutionary government.
Thanks to careful preparation, the insurrection in Vinh took place smoothly, creating the premise for other localities in the province to continue the uprising.
The victory of the uprising to seize power in Vinh Town contributed significantly to the overall success of Nghệ An Province, smashing the rule of the colonial and feudal cliques, bringing our country into a new era, the era of independence, freedom and socialism.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.